This is task 1B part 2, where you are asked to create a form for the camper details. In this tutorial I'm just going to discuss the different methods that you can use for creating the new booking form. The idea of a new booking form is that it will be blank and that you can enter new data. So if we look at this form on the left, we've got a booking ID that is new, a booking date, payment due that have been calculated because the question asks for those to be calculated and filled in automatically. You can choose a church, for example this one here, Real Life Church. We can choose a pitch type. You'll put the description and the current price in. We can put in our quantity, and we can put in the number of adults and the number of children. We can also create a new church by clicking on this new church button, and there we can input new details about a church. We'll also be able to do certain bits of validation. For example, if I chose a pitch type of Portakabin, I know that I've only got 10 of those. If I try and put 11 in, it will come up with a validation message, which is what was being asked for in the question here. If there are insufficient pitches of the type required, a message should appear. When I click on process booking, it will process that and save it. Now this is where we need to look at the difference between method 1 and method 2, because it's when you come to do H part 3 where you have to develop the booking routine. Using method 2, it's likely that you'll only be able to get the marks of this bit for current price being stored as the price charged. The reason is because you're asked to create a button that initiates the routine of storing the booking details and the pitch allocation tables. So it's going to store the data after the button has been pressed. Now what I've got here is I've got open method 1 on the left and method 2 on the right. I'm just going to get rid of what I've just done. We need to change that back to something else, and I will delete that. That's not really going to let me at the moment, is it? So if we click somewhere else and now try and delete that record, there we go, and we'll delete this record. Well, there isn't actually a record to delete. I'll close that down and open up new booking again. You'll see what happens. When I open up new booking here, it opens up a brand new booking. Whereas with method 2, it opens up the existing bookings as you can see listed here. And so to get to a new booking, I've either got to go to the end or I've got to click on new booking, and at that point it will create a new booking. Now the reason is because in method 2 on this right hand side, we're storing the data in the booking table. So this data gets stored in the booking table and it's viewing the data from the booking table. So it's basically viewing a new record, and the pitch allocation table is here. So it's basically looking at a new record for the pitch allocation table. That means that as I type information in here, it's storing it directly into that pitch allocation table, whether I process a booking or not. So as I type in here, the pitch ID will go for 6, which you know is a Portakabin, and I can enter. So we'll type in 6, which is a Portakabin. I'll enter a quantity, number of adults, number of children. Now I can save that because it's already saved in pitch allocation table, but what will happen is when I click on process booking, it won't do anything new because it's already stored. What this method does on method 1 is allows me to choose a church, choose a pitch type ID, put in my quantities, do another one, put in my quantities, and what it's actually doing is it's storing that data temporarily in this table here called new pitch allocation. There you go, you can see it stored down there temporarily. And the reason it's doing that is so that it can save that data after I've clicked on process booking, and it will update or append to the pitch allocation table. Now that requires a bit of extra effort, but it does mean that we can get the marks for process booking. So you will need to decide whether you're going to follow method 1 or method 2. Of course, you can start by trying method 1, and if you get stuck, go to method 2. Nobody can get full marks in this paper. It doesn't happen. You can obviously aim for them, but you also have to be realistic and think, well, sometimes I'm not going to get those marks, so I'm going to make sure that I get the marks I'm capable of. And that's where you might need to choose method 2 over method 1.